Hi, it's Jane Fendelman. Thanks for joining me today. I want to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is bullshit. So the biggest mistake that most counselors, clergymen, religions make is they tell you forgive. And with the holidays coming up, because this is December right now as I'm shooting this video, you're going to be seeing a lot of your family. And old stuff's going to come up. Old family stuff is going to come up. That's why I have the antlers on, is because Christmas, right now as I'm shooting this, is next week. Christmas is next week. Wait, it's next week, right? Thank you. Next week. Christmas is, I don't know what day it is. So you're going to be seeing a lot of your friends and family members, and especially with your family, when you're visiting your family, they're going to say shit to you like, when your old stuff comes up, they're going to say to you, get over it. And the thing that happens with these kind of negative emotions from historical experiences, old physical, mental, emotional, or even sexual abuse, is they resurface whenever you go back to the place or around the people where it happened. So it's going to resurface, and people don't like talking about that stuff. That stuff's hard. It's hard to talk about. And by the way, if anybody brings that stuff up to you, all you have to do is just listen. Just get quiet and listen and just say, oh, yes, that must really hurt. That's all you do, okay? And in fact, if you can have the presence of mind to, when you go back to visit your family and you start trying to talk to your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother about something that happened, and they start to try to shut you down and they say you need to get over that, or that's old news, or you need to move on, or you're overreacting, or just forgive them. Don't carry around that resentment. Who's that resentment hurting, them or you? It doesn't happen that way. We don't forgive first. Forgiveness comes automatically when you do what I'm going to tell you to do in this video, okay? But if you have the presence of mind, you can say to this person that you need to talk to, I just need you to listen. Because frankly, when someone comes to you and tries to talk to you about some historic event and you tell them you need to get over that, move on, or you pat their hand and you say, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Oh my God, when I got cancer 13 years ago, it's okay. It was breast cancer. Everybody wonders, yes, these are my real breasts. Look at the video that's called, Yes, They're Real. You'll see a big picture of me wearing a powder blue shirt that says, yes, they're real. You'll hear that story. So yeah, when I got diagnosed, I'd see someone, an old friend or a friend I'm just, a friend or family member, and people would do this. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. And I was like, stop it. It's not gonna be okay, you don't know that, stop saying that. So you don't have to say, it's gonna be okay, it'll be okay, you need to get over it, move on, look at the bright side, be positive, all that bullshit. Stop saying all that bullshit, stop it. So instead, what you're going to do is you're just going to listen, and you're just going to say, oh my gosh, that does suck. You're going to validate their reality, validate their feelings. That way those feelings can move on. Like, oh, this is such a big man-woman thing. Women are notorious for not letting things go. It's because we've got the big giant corpus callosum connecting our right and left hemispheres of our brains, and so we're thinking and feeling at the same time all the time. That doesn't make sense to men. And it doesn't make sense to logic-grounded women. Okay, but so back to the old shit from your childhood. So when you go home from for the holidays, you're going to have stuff come up that's normal, okay? When these people tell you, just move on, just forgive, say you're at your church and one of the priests or rabbis there say you need to just forgive. I don't know if that's a rabbi thing. That might not be a rabbi thing. Rabbis maybe don't say that. That might be like a more priestly thing to say. Forgiveness. Just forgive. Just forgive. So let's say somebody raped or incested or molested you or beat you or screamed at you. Just forgive. Just forgive. No? No, 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 no. The first thing you're going to do is set healthy boundaries going forward with everyone. Can't tell you how many counseling sessions I'm doing right now like in the last 3-4 weeks, because I have clients who are going home who were incested or molested by a father or stepfather or older brother or cousin or uncle who is still in the family and still being invited to the family gatherings, even though they told their mom it happened. And they come to me and they say, Jane, I'm not sure how to be around this person. How do I be around this uncle who molested me? And I'm like, don't. Well, my mom will get really mad at me if I don't come, if I say I'm not coming because he's there. There's your healthy boundary. Mom, I would love to come to the party. And if uncle, let's make up a name that couldn't be possibly be anybody's name. Uncle, what is it? Uncle Touchy. Who? Yeah. Who? Yeah. Blah. That's a good one. Yeah. Uncle Touchy. I was going to make up some like Uncle anti-establishmentarianism. But usually, this is another good, I'm glad you said that, Taylor, because it's another good thing I want you to do. Jumping topics, but I'll come back, I promise. If I don't, Taylor will remind me. I want you to make up a very benign name for the person that assaulted you, that violated you, that abused you. I want you to make up a really benign name, like doorknob or shoehorn or coachry. Not jerkface or asshat, not like that. Like a really nondescript name that means absolutely nothing. So Uncle Doorknob is coming, and if he's going to be there, I won't be at the party. And if your mom freaks out, then so be it. Yes, I understand. Then you're just going to validate her feelings. Yes, I understand this is upsetting for you, Mom. But this is my healthy boundary. And then you don't go. And yes, it might be hard for a year or two for you to stand your ground like that. But if you've been trying to go along with it, be a good sport, get over it. Like everybody says, get over it, move on. You're overreacting. You're too sensitive. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a sexual abuse. It could be something as subtle as, I had a boyfriend. Oh, if you guys want to see a good thing about this, a good thing to do for this one, I have in my website store, there's a video for couples called Jealous In-Laws or Mean Mother-in-Law. Mean Mother-in-Law or Jealous In-Laws? Jealous In-Laws, I think it's what it's called. And I learned this years ago, I was 35, I'm 58, so I don't know how many years that is. 23 years ago? I think that's 23 years. I did that math in my head. Taylor, thank you. Thank you. It's the tool and the technique, because I had this boyfriend and his mother used to shoot hidden barbs at me at all the family parties. Like, oh, Jane, that's such a nice jacket. It was so in style last season. So I learned this tool, this technique from my mentor, Sue Gilmore. So watch that. Watch that if you have a beloved and you're looking for a good way to take care of yourself and protect yourself and gently move away, because healthy boundaries are the first step in you actually healing and being able to forgive this person. So forgiveness comes last, not first. And the big problem and the big mistake that people make is they try to put forgiveness first. And then they come back to me and they say, I don't understand. I forgave this person and I'm angry again, or I'm attracting another person who's doing the same thing that this person does. Because it does act like a magnet inside of you until it's resolved and healed. You will attract other people who will do the same kind of abuse to you. So the first step is healthy boundaries. And usually those healthy boundaries are first enforced with anger and rage. That's okay. You need all that energy that you were using to suppress all that denial and trying to go along with things and be a good sport and get over it, to keep all that energy down, to keep all that denial in place. Your first step is letting it out, and you're going to enforce those healthy boundaries with anger and rage. It's perfectly okay. It's the first step. As you start giving yourself permission to enforce those healthy boundaries, that anger and rage relaxes into personal power. Now you're setting those boundaries with personal power. Someone starts coming at you, getting ready to do that thing that person did, or maybe it's the abuser coming back at a family party to, I don't know, put their hand on your ass or to give you one of those backhanded compliments. And instead, you're going to have this energy that's just like, well, right there, fucker, you can't talk to me like that. Only it'll be in a real relaxed, powerful way. Stop right there. You'll just have like a protection bubble around you. Stop right there. You can't talk to me like that. No, no. And you will command respect. And as you are commanding respect, you will start to see the woundedness in that abuser. You will begin to see them as a damaged person. And if you want to know more about this, while you're there in my website store, I want you to look at the audio download. It's an audio download. The first one I was talking about, that's a video. This one's an audio download called Healing Childhood Trauma. Real powerful. 1 hour. Like, it's not even $5. I think it's like $4.49. So you may as well just go get them both because they're cheap. And I think the couple's video, that one was more work. That one's $12, I think. With the Healing Childhood Trauma, you're going to see that once you get to these steps, you know, the anger and rage, the healthy boundary setting from personal power, then starting to see that person as damaged. Then you start having compassion because you're looking at them from your throne, from your seat of power. Now you're seeing them as a wounded creature. Now you feel compassion. Now you start letting them go and forgiving them. Then you start receiving your gifts. And I explain this all in detail on that Healing Childhood Trauma CD. Then you start receiving your gifts. Then you start being who you really are in all your power and glory. And then you start feeling grateful for the experience. I know that's very advanced. You don't have to believe me now. But especially if you hear my Healing Childhood Trauma CD, you'll understand it more clearly and you'll be able to make it through that process, that healing process more clearly. Once you get to gratitude for that experience, not for the experience and not for the way that it happened, but for what you got from that experience, the strength and the power and the gifts that you got from that experience, then you start feeling like apologizing to your abuser. Okay, hold on, don't leave me. I promise you, this is a super high concept. But if I could get through that process to that point, you can too. I am one of the greatest counselors in Arizona, maybe in the United States, probably. Quite possibly in the world. Taylor's agreeing with me. And it's because of all these traumas, this windy, dark path I had to go through as a child and as a young person. Now I'm grand. Now I'm shining. And a lot of it is as a direct result of those traumas that I experienced. So forgiveness isn't even the end of the road. Forgiveness is a stop midway through the process to you receiving the grand gifts that are meant for you to shine your light and to affect the rest of us in the brilliant, bright, beautiful way that you were born to do. So I can't wait to meet you because I want you to post down below in the comments and I want you to tell me, wow, Jane, I can't wait to find out more about this, or wow, Jane, I think you're nuts, or wow, Jane, I went through that process that you're talking about and I'm in that place. Like forgiveness was like kindergarten and where you got to was graduate school and now you're on your doctorate. Okay, so forgiveness isn't even the place we want to end up. Forgiveness is one tiny step along this way, along these steps to you receiving your gifts and shining your light. So One last thing, I want to show you what happens when I'm really happy. My ears wiggle. And just talking to you today and talking to you about these high concepts and knowing that now you got them. I planted a seed in your mind, in your soul, in your heart, in your spirit, and you're going to be moving forward in this process. And you're going to say, next time somebody says you need to just forgive, you're going to say, fuck forgiveness. Forgiveness is bullshit. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I heard of something way bigger and better than forgiveness. That would make me really happy. And my ears are wiggle for you. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you in the next video. Can't wait to talk to you then. Mwah.